What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about whether or not the Chicago Bulls are in a comfortable position as we speak right now to advance into the play-in tournament. Now, at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are not necessarily the most excited about the play-in tournament, but we all know clear as day that the Bulls front office to the players of this team, the coach of this team, all has that desire to make that play-in tournament and to potentially get back into that first round of the NBA playoffs. And whether we get there or not is still undetermined. We still have a lot of games to play in terms of we have 2 weeks left. There's still a couple of games we can win. There are definitely some games we can lose in this stretch. So altogether, I want to bring that to your attention and just again discuss the teams above us, discuss the team below us, and whether or not we are in a fairly comfortable position. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and whether or not you believe this team is fairly comfortable in its position as we speak. Looking at the NBA standings, we sit 10th in the Eastern Conference, which is the last spot of the play-in tournament that is available for us. Above us, you've got the Toronto Raptors. You also got a couple of other teams above them. And then obviously below us, the team to really concern about, in my humble opinion, is the Indiana Pacers that are a couple of games below us as we speak now. Coming off of this win against the Portland Trail Blazers is always huge, and I feel like you're going to get to a certain point where different results will change how the Bulls are perceived in the Eastern Conference. Again, one game can change everything. That's why no matter the injuries that Portland faced in that game or the players that they decided to sit out and bring to that game, ultimately it's extremely important for the Bulls to win that type of game because we still want to be in that play-in tournament. So it doesn't matter what injuries or what obstacles we have in front of us. If we can beat a great team, beat a great team. If we can beat a mediocre team, you got to beat those mediocre teams. You just can't lose in these types of scenarios. And I think for the most part, the Bulls have done okay. They've won a lot more recently than they have lost, and ultimately they put themselves in an okay position to advance into the play-in tournament. Now, if I was the Chicago Bulls, and of course I think they would know this already, they want to get as high as possible. They want to get to the 9th and 8th seeds in the Eastern Conference because it is the most important aspect. You can get a double chance in the play-in tournament, and also you just want to make sure that you're in the most comfortable position. And right now, I would say the Bulls are not in a comfortable position, but they have massive potential to be in a comfortable position. That is my true answer on the situation. Why are we not comfortable? Well, think of it like this. The Raptors and Indiana Pacers, I believe, has the tiebreakers over the Chicago Bulls. So what does that mean? If we finish on the same record as the Indiana Pacers, well, they will climb ahead of us. As they sit 11th now, they will climb to 10th. If we keep on winning and we end up having the same record as the Toronto Raptors, well, that's going to send us down a peg because Toronto will have the tiebreaker over us. We will fall down in the standings. So it doesn't necessarily matter where we are right now if all of the teams above us and below us finish on the same record. And there is a possibility of that happening without a shadow of a doubt as we speak. So with more games coming up, another 2 weeks to go, you will start to see a lot of these games really start to mean a lot more for the Chicago Bulls, and it already means a lot for us in general now. But I mentioned potential. And there is a potential for the Chicago Bulls because you also have to look at the other team's schedules. I don't think our schedule is easy. We've still got the Milwaukee Bucks once. We've still got the Dallas Mavericks. Again, there are teams like the Clippers that we can still lose to. We can lose to teams like the Lakers as well. It's definitely not an easy schedule coming up for the Chicago Bulls. But when I look at other teams' schedules, I think there is potential for us to overtake some teams if we can handle our business. That's what all it comes down to, in my opinion, is us. We will dictate. Our wins and our losses will dictate where we are. I don't think we're in a position right now where other teams' results will hurt us. It's our results that will hurt us. But looking at other teams' results or next couple of games, I think Indiana probably has a fairly easier schedule compared to the Toronto Raptors. They got a couple of games against the Knicks last time I saw. It's just a solid schedule for them. I think they have some winnable games coming up, the Indiana Pacers. But for the Chicago Bulls, I think our schedule is somewhat in the middle as well. Again, the Clippers, the Lakers, you've got teams like the Bucks. Again, they're definitely losable games. For the Indiana Pacers, they're losable games. The Knicks are a great team. They're playing very, very well. But again, they have some winnable games in their own right as well. But Toronto's schedule is grueling. I saw games against the Bucks. I saw 2 games against the Celtics coming up as well. Their schedule is really brutal. So that's the potential. We have the potential if we can win both of our games against the Lakers. And a Lakers team that is also fighting for a play-in spot, playoff spot, but also has injuries under their name as well. If we can beat the Lakers team twice, we could potentially beat the Clippers. If we could beat teams like Detroit, we've got a Detroit game coming up very soon as well. These games, and looking at Toronto's schedule, you're expecting them to lose some of those games, most of those games. And at the end of the day, if that can happen, we have the potential, with us not being that far behind them, to overtake them and put ourselves in a comfortable position. And then obviously you go for the 8th seed as well, but we have to focus on 1 seed at a time at this point. We're not near the 8th seed right now. If we can win a couple of games against the Raptors, we can climb over to the 9th seed, and then we see what happens from there. But again, there is potential for this Bulls team. So to sum things up, are the Chicago Bulls comfortable in the play-in tournament? Are they in a comfortable position? No, because both teams above us and below us have tiebreakers. They're not in a comfortable position, but they have the potential to be in a comfortable position. We've got to focus on ourselves, win our own games, and looking at other schedules like Toronto, potentially Indiana. There are some winnable and losable games there, and Toronto has a grueling schedule coming up. It's going to be a rough end to the season for all these teams, but hopefully we'll be the one standing tall in the play-in tournament. And again, once we're in the play-in tournament, you got to focus on winning that. So 1 step at a time. Let's see if we can get there first, but we're not comfortable. Let's see if we will be by the end of the season. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next Chicago Bulls video. It will be a Bulls weekly video. And yeah, other than that, have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.